Hi, hello there. I'm Mattia, you can call me Matt. In my previous video, I was talking about my lifelong struggle with overweight and about managing to change the weight pattern and from this to this. So how I, after many years, got a better grip on my weight. How did I manage to do that? What did I do different this time? I tried to recall my previous attempts. So the first one is dating like 22 years ago, and at that time I didn't really have too many kilos overweight. I just wanted to be a bit more fit and better looking. I decided for Hayes diet, and it was pretty successful. So quite quickly I reached my target weight, and that was more or less all I did. So I stopped, and the next day was a new day. My second major attempt dates 17 years back, and at that time I already had many more kilos overweight. This was the first time I tried to do something more. I decided to follow Montignac diet, having carbohydrates only for breakfast and taking care of not mixing them with proteins and fats. And I prepared all my meals at home. I introduced also a control step, so I was weighing myself every day. And it was pretty successful. So within some 6 months, I reached my target weight. But afterwards, I slowly drifted into the old routines. So I kept trying to stick to the diet for a few more months, but finally I gave up. 14 years ago, my third attempt was more or less identical to the second attempt, but I was maybe a bit less strict with the diet, and this attempt was not successful. So this was the first time I did not reach my target weight. And then it came my last attempt 7 years ago. A lot has happened in the meantime, and I realized that I have to do much more to be successful. And I decided for a more comprehensive approach. On one hand, strengthening things that I already did in the past, and on the other hand, I was adding a new topic, sports. It does not mean that I did not do sports before, but now I decided to introduce it in a planned and routine way to become part of my routine. So my approach was based on the 3 pillars: nutrition, sports, and control. And each of them consists of several decisions, actions, steps, starting with nutrition. So low carbohydrates consumption, avoid mixing them with proteins and fats. Step 2, preparing all my meals on my own. Step 3, menu planning, which is a key enabler for being successful with the first 2 steps. And step 4, no more beer. Coming to sports, as a step 5, I engaged a personal trainer, and at step 6, introduced routine exercises, which means starting with maybe once a week, increasing to twice a week, 3 times a week. Finally, I'm doing some exercises now every day. And coming to the control part, which is again consists of 3 steps. Step 7, daily weighing. Step 8, health monitoring. And step 9, activity tracker. So first year it was very easy for me to follow all these steps. I was motivated by fast success. But after I reached the target weight, it became harder. And I started to fail this or that. So quite in these 7 years, quite many times I failed, but I always stood up and kept going. And with some steps, I never failed. For example, I never missed a single entry into the activity tracker, and I prepared a weekly menu for each single week ever since. On the other hand, I once stopped weighing myself for, I guess, for a few months. But looking back retrospectively, now in these 7 years, every day within these 7 years, I did at least some of the steps. And I always thought about it. Sometimes I failed, but I never gave up. And in the upcoming weeks, I will share more details about each step, what I like, how I do it, which ones are more difficult for me. So, interested to hear more? Stay tuned. Bye.